Now, New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
The fallout continues over the president's travel ban. As protests erupt for a second straight day. Some detainees finally free to go.
Yeah, I was super scared that I'm going to go back.
Others remain in custody tonight.
They told her while she was on the plane that her visa would be canceled.
More on that story in a minute, but first we want to get some breaking news.
Police in Canada are investigating a deadly shooting at a mosque. Now the NYPD says it is monitoring the situation. Authorities say at least 5 people died in the shooting at a mosque in Quebec City. Police arrested 2 suspects, but they haven't said anything about a possible motive. Quebec's premier called the shooting, quote, barbaric violence, and expressed solidarity with the victims' families. Well, now the NYPD says it will direct special attention to mosques and houses of worship across New York City. Critical Response Command personnel have been assigned to extended tour coverage at certain mosque locations.
Now to our other big story of the night. President Trump's executive order sparks a firestorm.
In New York City, an estimated 10,000 protesters took to the streets today, calling on the feds to release all detained immigrants and refugees. Yesterday, 12 people were detained at JFK. Tonight, 5 of those people are still in custody.
And that is creating a growing legal battle. The attorneys general of more than a dozen states, including New York, issued a joint statement condemning the travel ban.
Tonight we have team coverage of the fallout. We begin with Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim, who is at JFK tonight. Stefan?
Well, Joe and Sandra, this is clearly an anger that is not going away anytime soon. More than 24 hours after a massive protest erupted here, dozens of protests were here again up until moments ago. This demonstration, though, just part of a day-long show of force from the opposition. There are gaping wounds in this country that a free and fair election cannot seem to heal, fractures that time cannot seem to mend, bitter divides that cannot seem to be bridged by debate. For the second straight weekend since Donald Trump became president, the streets of New York filled with fury and rage. Refugees are welcome here, no hate, no fear. The question some might be asking themselves now, how long before bend becomes broken?
Workers of the world unite!
But in this divided nation, at least here in New York, they marched past Wall Street and the World Trade Center to the federal courthouse at Foley Square with one voice.
Mr. President! We are watching!
The mayor's office says more than 10,000 poured up Lower Manhattan. The emotions here spilling over from the spontaneous demonstration Saturday at JFK.
No wall! No ban! No wall!
It kicked off in Battery Park, where they stood wherever they could, just to feel this thing they call the resistance, just to taste free speech. In treetops, on water fountains, on trash cans and on daddy's shoulders, and through fences they stood, opposed to a wall, a border wall, and walls that divide Americans. Meanwhile, at JFK today, more emotional reunions, including this SUNY Stony Brook student detained for a day.
Yeah, I was super scared that I'm going to go back. I'm going to be deported. I came here legally.
Back at Battery Park in the shadow of Lady Liberty, who many say shed a tear.
Our presence matters!
If that made her mourn, this would have made her proud.
But the president's executive order is fundamentally un-American. We must fight now with all of our heart, with all of our energy, because the opposite of love is not hate, it is apathy and indifference.
Now here at JFK, the latest numbers that we have from attorneys, as many as 52 people are still detained. President Donald Trump, for his part, says his executive order is not very different from President Barack Obama's order back in 2011 when he banned refugees from Iraq for 6 months. Reporting live at JFK, Stefan Kim, Channel 7. Eyewitness News.
Savant, as you know, protesters hit the streets in other U.S. cities as well. In Boston, thousands packed into Copley Square, shutting down transportation through the station there. In Philadelphia, demonstrators took over the Terminal A West area of the airport. In Seattle, a sea of protesters continue to march through streets in downtown. And in Washington, D.C., demonstrators took their message directly to the White House, holding signs and chanting against the president's executive order.
Meantime, several lawmakers have waged a political war against the executive order, including a New York senator who promises to fight it. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson continues our team coverage with that story.
This executive order was mean-spirited and un-American.
Fighting back tears, Senator Chuck Schumer vowed to fight President Trump's executive order on immigration and refugees. The temporary action caused an instantaneous ripple effect, mass protests, legal battles, and for those like Rania Elias and her 4 kids, the realization of just how close they came to not finding a safe haven in America. They had just arrived here in New York a few weeks ago from war-ravaged Syria, reunited with her father Azam, a business owner who lives in the Bronx and came to the U.S. in 1978.
Because America's, it's built on refugees and people like us building America. And we're going to build it better than what Mr. Trump wanted it. And I promise you that.
Schumer called Trump's ban, quote, misguided. Mohammed Hamid agrees. For a decade, he worked with U.S. soldiers in Iraq as a translator. It took him 2 years, but he was granted asylum on January 5th, arrived in New York with his wife and 2 kids.
We were on the brink to be killed, and we got threatened so many times by those terrorists.
Schumer promised these families and many others he will claw, scrap, and fight with every fiber of his being until this executive order is overturned.
I heard that John McCain spoke out strongly against it. We should have other Republicans speaking out against it, and maybe we can pass something in the Congress.
Senator John McCain saying he fears this executive order will become, quote, a self-inflicted wound in the fight against terrorism. In Battery Park, Kimberly Richardson, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
This afternoon, a response from President Trump. He released a statement. It says, in part, America is a proud nation of immigrants, and we will continue to show compassion to those fleeing oppression, but we will do so while protecting our own citizens and border. To be clear, this is not a Muslim ban, as the media is falsely reporting. This is not about religion. This is about terror and keeping our country safe. Now, following the executive order, President Trump spent some time on the phone at the Oval Office with global leaders. This video was taken during a conversation with the King of Saudi Arabia. No word about their discussion.
Inquisitive minds are heading to Google, where else, to get a handle on exactly what all this means. In the past 24 hours, people flooded the search engine with questions like, what limits do presidential executive orders have? And how do we reverse an executive order by a president? Uber is trending on Google right now. Users criticized the company for charging less than it could at JFK yesterday, while taxi drivers temporarily halted service to protest the travel ban. Also trending, Stephen Bannon, ACLU, Muslim ban, and airport protests. The questions and controversies surrounding this executive order are far from over. You can count on Eyewitness News to send out breaking alerts through our ABC 7 NY app with any major updates.
All right, tomorrow could be a messy morning commute. Some neighborhoods will wake up to snow. Meteorologist Jeff Smith is tracking it all. He's here now with a first look at your AccuWeather forecast. Jeff?
Yeah, Joe, the most likely neighborhood to get some snowfall would be over Ocean County, New Jersey, where we have a winter weather advisory beginning at 3 a.m., lasting right through noon on Monday. On the order of a coating to an inch. North and west of that area, not much at all, just maybe a stray flurry in and around New York City. You see on the radar, things looking a little bit discombobulated right now. But I think all this precipitation will kind of combine and become a little bit better organized overnight and move into Ocean County and perhaps even parts of Monmouth County by around daybreak. So 6 o'clock in the morning, our futurecast showing some steadier snowfall over Ocean County, basically along and south of I-195, and temperatures cold enough to support that snow actually accumulating, including on roadways. So if you're traveling up from that direction tomorrow morning, definitely take it slow, give yourself some extra time. That tends to move off to the north and east, and it may scrape, say, the south shore of Long Island during the course of the morning hours, as temperatures are still right around freezing, and then we tend to clear out as we head into tomorrow afternoon. So in and around New York City at 7 o'clock in the morning, mostly cloudy, just a stray flurry. Again, a bit of snow south and east, could be a coating to an inch over Ocean County, New Jersey. Temperatures right around freezing. That's not our only shot at snowfall this week. We'll have that full AccuWeather 7-day forecast coming up. Sandra?
All right, Jeff, we'll see you then. Firefighters made a gruesome discovery when they went to check on the well-being of one person inside a New Jersey apartment. Now, police are investigating a triple homicide. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang is in Maplewood tonight. Lucy?
Well, Sandra, Van Ness Court behind me is a dead-end road. Normally, not a lot of traffic through here, but tonight it is an active crime scene. In fact, the Essex County Major Crimes Task Force is now investigating a triple homicide here. Maplewood police were screening all residents before allowing them back down Van Ness Court tonight, and even then they were escorted by police. This after 3 people were found dead here.
It's just like a reality check on, how precious life can be.
Shortly before noon Sunday, the fire department was called to check on the well-being of a tenant at 10 Van Ness Court, which is an apartment complex on this block. When they arrived, we're told they made the horrific discovery. 2 men and 1 woman, all adults, dead in the apartment. The Essex County Prosecutor's Office is now investigating this as a homicide, but as of this hour, there is no known motive. The victims' names not yet released. All this quite a shock to Maplewood residents who treasure their peace and quiet and sense of safety.
This area is a very nice area, calm. You can leave your door open. Very safe, to be honest, so far. So it's really surprising to me.
Now, officials are waiting for an autopsy to determine the exact cause of death. Again, 3 adults found dead inside an apartment here. We're live in Maplewood, New Jersey. Lucy Yang, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Lucy. A Navy SEAL killed in action, the risky mission he was a part of to take down al-Qaeda militants.
Plus, a major donation to those in need, the $4 billion commitment from Catholic Charities of New York.
A possible break in a high-profile cold case. The new evidence that could help police track down the killer who murdered a famous singer's ex-wife.
Wake up.
Good morning.
Catch up.
Breaking news. We got live pictures.
Go.
New this morning.
Start the day off right with the best local news team.
Channel 7.
Eyewitness News. With the most local stories.
Live this morning in the Bronx.
Live in Rockland County.
We're live over Queens.
Only on Channel 7 Eyewitness News this morning.
You can't be prepared for everything. Then again, maybe you can. Capable, adaptable, Lexus all-wheel drive. Conquer the weather. Don't let it conquer you. Lease the 2017 IS 300 all-wheel drive for $339 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
It's a new day, the start of something big, because Time Warner Cable is now Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be, delivering more free HD than ever before, plus thousands of free on-demand titles, just $29.99 a month when you call 844-348-2999. With Spectrum Internet, enjoy the fastest starting speeds, 100 megabits per second. That's enough speed for all your devices. Plus no data caps and a free modem, just $29.99 a month. And with Spectrum Voice, get reliable, unlimited nationwide calling, plus unlimited calling to Canada, Puerto Rico, and Mexico, all with no added taxes or fees. Just $29.99 a month. Call 844-348-2999. With Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice, you get it all, with no contracts and our 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 844-348-2999. Welcome to a new day. Welcome to Spectrum.
I let Emily borrow the Buick.
And with this app, I know right where she is.
Nice. Isn't that where we used to?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Should we call your dad?
No.
The My Buick app, available in every Buick. Current lessees, switch to Buick and get this low-mileage lease on this 2016 Encore for around $169 per month, and we're covering your first month's payment. Visit tristatebuick.com.
Next one, Leslie Mann from The Comedian.
Thank you. I'll be here all week, folks. I sleep in the green room.
Plus, Ricky Gervais.
Is this thing on?
Watch live tomorrow morning at 9 on ABC 7.
Major delays and some cancellations nationwide for Delta Airlines customers. The carrier says a system outage is grounding domestic flights. Now, this is video of stranded passengers at LaGuardia. A spokesperson says the flights in the air are not affected. Delta is tweeting that it is working hard to fix the problem and minimize the impact. International flights are not affected.
Overseas now, new information about the mission targeting al-Qaeda in Yemen that left an American Navy SEAL dead. 14 al-Qaeda militants were killed in the raid, including 3 senior leaders. Officials confirmed to ABC News the elite SEAL Team 6 carried out the mission. That's the same unit that killed Osama bin Laden. The operation was the first authorized by President Trump.
What can you tell us about that raid, and who did they get?
They got 14 individuals. They killed 14 individuals and captured a whole host of information about future plots.
An al-Qaeda official claims the raid left about 30 people dead, including women and children. The U.S. lost an Osprey aircraft after it sustained a hard landing. U.S. forces destroyed it on the spot to keep it out of the hands of al-Qaeda.
A major commitment from Catholic Charities to New York. Today, the organization kicked off its centennial celebration. Political leaders, including New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, were on hand. Archbishop of New York, Cardinal Timothy Dolan, announced a commitment of $4 billion across 5 years for New Yorkers in need.
We will indeed continue to provide the services that our people in need have continued to count upon us over the last century. We are also listening to Jesus as we cast out to the deep during this centennial year.
The Catholic Charities hopes to raise much of the funds through partnerships and a capital campaign.
A warning tonight about a sneaky scheme, how scammers are trying to use your own voice to get away with your money.
And drivers may be in store for a messy commute in the morning. Meteorologist Jeff Smith has the AccuWeather forecast just ahead.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan. For the closest location, visit RaymorFlanagan.com.
Okay, traffic's a mess. I gotta call you back. Good luck.
So it's you versus the commute. No match for your Ford Explorer.
Find alternate route.
Explorer handles that with sync and onboard navigation, so you can avoid traffic delays. And with driver assist features for blind spots, Explorer has got you covered.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that's the total package. Lease a 2017 Ford Explorer base 4x4 with sync for just $259 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
You think she's fast? Well, did you know Optimum Internet is now 3 times faster with speeds up to 300 megs? Crazy fast. And the time it takes Karen over there to run down dinner, you can download your favorite show, download your top 10 favorite albums, and do it all while video chatting with the fam. Now that's fast. You, probably shouldn't watch this part.
Optimum. Let's connect more. Optimum delivers download speeds that, according to the FCC, outperform Verizon Fios. Get internet for as low as $39.99 a month.
Hi, I'm Dennis Lazan from the Greater New York Toyota Dealer Association. At Toyota, we know the importance of keeping your family safe. That is why we support Operation 7, Save a Life. Check your fire and carbon monoxide alarms today.
Bonjour. You're invited to an enchanted evening with Luke Evans and Josh Gad.
I look good.
And The Bachelor. Plus, the exclusive debut of the new Beauty and the Beast trailer. It all happens tomorrow at 8/7 Central on ABC.
More people than ever are choosing Nissan, making us North America's fastest growing auto brand in 2016. Take on 2017 and get the safety you'd expect, the fuel efficiency you need, and America's best truck warranty. Get to Nissan's Take On 2017 event and get a low $179 per month lease on the 2016 Rogue, or lease the 2017 Pathfinder just $239 per month.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Taria? ABC 7 and Bob's Discount Furniture thank you for helping protect our children.
Getting ready for that week. It's going to be a bit of a mess for some folks tomorrow morning.
Yeah, very limited part of the viewing area. We're talking Ocean County, New Jersey, especially along and south of I-195. There will be some slippery roads tomorrow morning as temperatures will be at or below freezing, and you will have some snow falling there. And some of that snow could even try to sneak on to, say, the south shore of Long Island at some point during the morning hours. Here in the city, just a stray flurry or two. Right now, that temperature 36, a west wind coming in around 3 miles per hour. The high on the day getting up to 43 after a morning low of 35, so temperatures a little bit above normal for this time of the year. So a bit of snow skirts south and east of the city late tonight into Monday morning. Again, could be a stray flurry in and around the city. Clouds giving way to some sunshine by tomorrow afternoon. Another shot at snow on Tuesday, more widespread swath of the tri-state area getting involved with that snow. And there could be some accumulation, especially on grassy surfaces, since Tuesday's temperatures will actually be above freezing when the snowfall occurs. So it'll be hard for the snow to actually accumulate on the pavement. 34 right now in Newark, 36 at Teterboro, 34 at White Plains. You get a 40 at LaGuardia Airport. You have 20s in places like Sussex and Morristown and Monticello, and 20s in Toms River. Toms River's a spot that could perhaps get a ½ inch to an inch of snow before this is all said and done by mid tomorrow morning. Our radar even showing some snowfall breaking out near Philadelphia. Some of this is actually not reaching the ground, but over northern Delaware, extreme southwestern New Jersey, a little bit of snow breaking out. That batch should dry out by the time it moves over toward Ocean County. But say by 5 o'clock in the morning, extreme southern Ocean County getting some snow, and then between 6 and 7, that expands a little bit farther off to the north, up to about I-195. I wouldn't be shocked to maybe see some light snow moving into Monmouth County, but it is south and east of New York City. By 10 a.m., the majority of that moisture moves offshore, maybe still some lingering snow over Ocean County. And that's the point where, say, the South Shore towns of Long Island could get involved with some light snowfall, perhaps a coating, very worst case scenario. And then we clear things out in the afternoon. Fast forwarding to Tuesday, again, this is a little bit more of a widespread snow situation, kind of the opposite of tomorrow. Instead of south and east of the city, we're talking from the city north and west. The main area is getting snowfall on Tuesday, which could accumulate an inch or two, mainly on grassy surfaces. AccuWeather forecast overnight, mostly cloudy. Again, a bit of snow or flurries just off to our south. Late toward morning, we're down to about 31. At 7 o'clock in the morning, as we begin the commute, 32 degrees, mostly cloudy, just a stray flurry in and around New York City, but a bit of snow south and east, and maybe some steadier snow over Ocean County, New Jersey, which could receive a coating to an inch. It's a stray morning flurry again tomorrow, and then clouds giving way to some sunshine in the afternoon, 36. Clear to partly cloudy tomorrow night. We're back down into the middle 20s. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. A bit of snow again on Tuesday, especially from late morning on. Could be a little bit of accumulation, especially north and west of New York City. The high getting up to about 38. 42 on Wednesday. It's a blend of sun and clouds, perhaps a rain or snow shower. A chilly blend on Thursday, 38, and then much colder Friday, only getting up to about freezing. Our next shot at snow or rain or something in between would be on Super Bowl Sunday with highs in the mid-30s. We have many days to watch that and a couple of snow chances to get through before that happens.
All right. Thank you, John.
All right. Anthony Johnson up next with a look at sports.
Absolutely. The Knicks went to 4 overtimes today, but would it take them to a win? Carmelo Anthony had his best day of the season, but did the New York Knicks need more? Plus, football fans are getting their fix tonight, watching the Pro Bowl, watching the stars as we count down to the Super Bowl. Eyewitness News Sports is next.
Monday at 5.
Millions of you will give chocolate this Valentine's Day.
But 7 on your side has fantastic February deals that sizzle. A winter vacation for under $50. Save on movie tickets before the Oscars.
We'll tell you exactly what to look for.
Monday at 5 on Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
4 distinct driving modes. Dynamic handling. Quicker shifts. Make every car a performance car. This is the ultra-responsive Acura TLX, and this is how we make it. Visit your New York Acura dealer for attractive offers on the TLX.
3,000 copies sold in 3 days.
This is how you arrive in New York City.
God was famous for going for girls far out of his league.
Well, that's what happens when you have a league of your own. From now on, we'll be three. You, me, and her. Those are my words. From my letter. You used my words?
So, what do you think? The Santa Fe Sport or that Tucson?
Well, both drive great. They've got a lot of cool features.
Plus, they both come with America's best warranty.
You all right, man?
And unlike me, they have traction control with all-wheel drive.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And this is the reason to buy now. Lease a Tucson for $149 a month or a Santa Fe Sport for $169 a month. Hurry, offers end January 31st.
Right in the crumple zone.
The road can be unpredictable. That's why there's Camry, a safe and reliable car to give you the reassurance you need for the road ahead. Plus, the 2017 Toyota Camry received the NHTSA 5-star overall safety rating. You can't predict what's around the next corner, but it's nice to know you've got a car that can help protect you from it. Tested, trusted Toyota. Lease a new 2017 Camry for just $169 a month, or get 0% APR for 72 months on Camry. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
New York City is getting covered. Are you? With many low and no-cost health insurance options, it's easier than ever to find a health plan that fits your needs and budget. But hurry, the deadline to get covered is January 31st. To get free in-person assistance near you, call 311 or text COVERED NYC to 877-877. Sign up for health insurance before the January 31st deadline and get your doctor visits and prescriptions covered. Don't wait. Get covered, NYC.
Today's sports report is sponsored by BMW. Visit your Tri-State BMW Center or visit us at tristatebmw.com. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Laura Benke has the night off. Anthony Johnston is here. The Knicks tipped off at 3. I think they're still playing.
Well, they were still playing a long time. It was a very long game. The Knicks came up short after a thrilling game that went to, get this, quadruple overtime. The star of the game for the Knicks, Carmelo Anthony, who did all he could to carry this team to victory. Melo hits the first shot of the game and was actually rolling from there. Anthony scores 17 points in the first quarter. Now we go to the third. Anthony's still on fire. Melo with the nice pump, fake score, and a foul. In the first OT, Melo hits a step-back jumper. That shot ends the game and takes it right into overtime. Melo was digging deep, but he fouled out of the game. And the extra frame, he scores 45 points playing 46 minutes, a season high. This game goes to the triple overtime on the big three by Courtney Lee. But in the fourth overtime, Atlanta finally took control. Paul Millsap with the offensive rebound and puts in the floater to win the game. This was the longest contest so far of the season final, 142-139 Atlanta. Carmelo says the team fought to the end. The Knicks lose once again, 142-139.
We only can keep looking forward, take this game and build off of it. Guys was ready to play, and this was a total team effort tonight, and you can't question the effort. We was right there. Tonight was one of those games where, we left everything out there on the court.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, the Knicks did not get any help from Derrick Rose. He has an injured ankle, did not play in the game. No word on when he will be returning to the lineup. And guess what? The Pro Bowl game underway this evening. This features all the best players, but guys going to the Super Bowl not playing because they're focused on the big game taking place next week. Couple of nice plays in the game featuring the Giants' Odell Beckham. Here he catches a pass from Drew Brees that goes for 15 yards. With Kirk Cousins now under center, Beckham was left open on this drag route, goes 42 yards, but the AFC beats the NFC 20-13. Meanwhile, the Jets are reportedly making moves in the coaching ranks. Gang Green has reportedly tapped John Morton to fill their offensive coordinator spot. He has been with the New Orleans Saints. He's apparently replacing the retiring Chan Gailey. The team needs more firepower, you know it, folks, if they're to make a statement in the 2017 season. And the Atlanta Falcons are the first team to arrive in Houston for Super Bowl 51. Their chartered flight landed safely at George Bush International Airport in Houston this afternoon, exactly 1 week before the big game kicks off at NRG Stadium. before the flight. The Falcons enjoyed a super send-off in their hometown. Thousands of fans lined the streets holding signs while cheering on their team as the motorcade traveled on its way out of town. The Atlanta Falcons would try for their first Vince Lombardi trophy next Sunday against Jeff's New England Patriots. Hey, much more ahead in sports. The Red Storm showing they were up to a tough task, but could they complete the job? And what a battle that took place down under. The Australian Open crowns a new champion. We'll be right back.
Remember when everything you did was for the fun of doing it? BMW sports activity vehicles are the perfect combination of ample space, dynamic power, and sleek design. There truly is an X perfect for every adventure, so you can go wherever the fun takes you. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW X1, X-Drive 28i for $319 a month.
Tough. Oh, man, it can be tough. James Cagney, the tough guy from the streets of New York. Always ready for a fight. Became one of Hollywood's biggest stars. The bigger fish shakes, and the second I step in that ring, then I take my first swing down the hall. What it means to be hard, what it means to be tough. Cagney, New York's hit musical about America's favorite tough guy in tap shoes at the West Side Theater. Telecharge.com.
The evening shadows and the stars.
It's coming down.
She'll be there. There is no one there to dry your tears. I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love.
Lease the GLE 350 4MATIC for $599 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
He's back, New York.
You know what time it is. I'm hyped. Everybody's hyped.
Stephen A. Smith is returning to 98.7 ESPN.
Ain't that change? I'm going to start it off right now. We're going to get this out the way. I am looking good and feeling even better.
And he's ready to go off.
But I want to be very, very clear. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Because as a native New York, I'm completely disgusted.
The Stephen A. Smith Show. Weekdays 1 to 3 on 98.7 ESPN.
You know, I can be prophetic at times.
To err is human. To anticipate is the Lexus RX. With pedestrian detection, auto braking, and lane departure alert. Standard. Another step closer to a safer world. Lease the 2017 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $429 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
You're watching ABC 7, #1 in New York.
All right, college hoops down at the Garden. The Red Storm taking on Xavier. With just over 5 minutes left in the game, St. John's down by 6. Malik Ellison misses the short jumper from the foul line, but Darian Williams is there for the tip. Game getting close when Xavier's Quentin Gooden weaves through the D, spinning, popping, and dropping and hitting. That's my Clyde Frazier routine. Xavier holds off a big rally from St. John's for an 82-77 victory at Madison Square Garden. A big scare for the #1 college hoop team in the country. Villanova going up against 12th-ranked Virginia. The Cavaliers had a 9-point halftime lead. The game came down to that one play. Game tied at 59, just over 11 seconds to play. Josh Hart misses the layup, but his teammate Dante DiVincenzo was there for the tip and that dramatic buzzer beater and a victory for Villanova. On to tennis, the men's championship at the Australian Open was everything you could want in a Grand Slam. Roger Federer taking on Rafael Nadal, 5-set thriller in the third, tied at 1 set apiece. Federer with this nice forehand shot down the line, too hot for Nadal to handle. Now to the 4th set, Nadal up 3-1. Rafi with this amazing cross-court forehand that just stays in for the winner. Now move to the championship point. Federer, big forehand, player's challenge, but in the end, it's good, and Federer is the champion down under. After the match, there was nothing but respect.
It's definitely very special. I said that also before the finals. If I were to win against Rafa, it'd be super special and very sweet because I haven't beaten him in a Grand Slam final for a long, long time now.
Very special final, I think, for the fans, for us, and it's great to play against him again.
A little bit of hockey action. The Metropolitan Division currently has 4 of the top 10 teams in the National Hockey League, so it makes sense that they should win at the All-Star game. Florida forward Wayne Simmons and Blue Jackets forward Cam Atkinson scored 5 seconds apart for the Metropolitans, turned a 3-2 deficit into a 4-3 win over the Pacific Division in the Midwinter Classic in Los Angeles. Wayne Gretzky coached the Metropolitan team. Maybe that's why they won.
I didn't see too much D there.
No D. And the Pro Bowl or the All-Star game. No D.
Thank you, Anthony.
That's it in sports.
The White House fires back against critics of the executive order on immigration, while President Trump's staff says it will not apologize for the fallout.
Plus, a murder mystery that has puzzled police for decades may finally be solved. The new clues in the high-profile death of a singer's ex-wife.
And meet the military standout who has hit the Academy Grand Slam.
It's Ford Escape versus the Weekenders, and they're everywhere, which calls for a little creativity. Let your Ford Escape with Sync 3 and optional navigation find you the fastest route to open road and practice on time. And let the foot-activated liftgate be the extra pair of hands you don't have. That's what makes Ford Escape the total package. Lease a 2017 Ford Escape SE 4-wheel drive for just $169 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. Welcome to 8.5 Maple Street. It's half a house. And even though it only has half a kitchen, half the closet space, and a half bath, it's a full house to the Wilsons. Because they have Fios, their half house has full internet, with uploads as fast as downloads. Don't pay for uploads that aren't up to speed. Get 150 meg internet with equal uploads and downloads, TV and phone, for only $79.99 per month online for 1 year. Only from Fios.
At the Honda Perfect Accord sales event, you can find amazing deals. 185 horsepower for exciting performance. Exceptional fuel efficiency. A sleek interior and aggressive design. It's even the best-selling car in its class. And named a Car and Driver 10 Best a record 31 times. Find the perfect Accord for you at the Honda Perfect Accord sales event, happening right now at your local Honda dealer.
Yeah, I like this right here. Make me feel free. Let's escape. I'm free to do what I want and have a good time. Feel free. Do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. Feel free. Who cares what they say? Just live your life, because we don't live twice. Feel free. Get on a ship and cruise the world.
Book now and choose up to 5 free offers, including friends and family sale free. Norwegian Cruise Line. Feel free.
Wow, that's a Chevy?
The most awarded lineup in the industry has people at a loss for words. Well, almost.
Oh, wow. The pedals here?
Wow. Are you kidding me?
I could go test drive one right now.
Wow. This is it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Experience the wow factor. Take home an award-winning Chevy today.
Current qualified competitive lessees can sign and drive this Chevy Cruze for around $171 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Here's a look now at tonight's top stories. The president of a mosque in Quebec City says at least 5 people were killed in a shooting there tonight. Police in Canada did not, however, confirm the number of fatalities. They did arrest, though, 2 suspects. Now the NYPD says it will direct special attention to mosques and houses of worship across New York City.
Police tonight are investigating a triple homicide in New Jersey. Firefighters performing a well-being check found a woman and 2 men dead inside an apartment in Maplewood.
And demonstrators voiced their concerns over President Trump's travel ban for a second day now. Some detainees were allowed to leave airports today.
Tonight, the White House is firing back against critics of that executive order.
Chief of Staff Reince Priebus says President Trump is just fulfilling his promise to protect America, adding the administration apologizes for nothing. Here's ABC's David Wright.
President Trump had no public schedule Sunday, so protesters paid him a house call.
We are all immigrants!
Mobbing the streets outside the White House. Thanks in part to intervention from the courts, deportations are on hold. That made for some happy reunion Sunday between detainees and their families. But Team Trump is standing firm.
If they're folks that shouldn't be in this country, they're going to be detained. And so apologize for nothing here.
The White House certainly doesn't apologize for the fact that the 7 countries on Trump's list were not involved in a single major terror attack on U.S. soil, including 9/11. And to the growing number of Republicans expressing concern that the executive order will make America less safe.
I think the effect will probably, in some areas, give ISIS some more propaganda.
The president fired back. Senators should focus their energies on ISIS, illegal immigration, and border security instead of always looking to start World War III. An important clarification. Green card holders, lawful permanent residents from the 7 countries being targeted, won't be barred from the U.S., but they will most certainly face extra questions. In Washington, David Wright, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And President Trump turned to Twitter to respond to the lawmaker criticism about his executive order, saying, quote, senators should focus their energies on ISIS, illegal immigration, and border security instead of always looking to start World War III.
2 people are dead after an SUV crashed into a stopped car on the Garden State Parkway. That crash happened yesterday afternoon in the southbound express lanes near Aberdeen Township. State police say it is still unclear why the car stopped in the roadway. The 2 people inside the vehicle, Kaya Fredericks and Renee Munoz, died at the scene. The driver of the SUV suffered minor injuries. Friends and family have said their final goodbyes to beloved actress Mary Tyler Moore. Moore was laid to rest earlier today in Connecticut at Fairfield's Oak Lawn Cemetery. Her family reportedly bought as many as 12 additional plots to ensure privacy. Moore is best known for her roles in the TV sitcoms The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Dick Van Dyke Show. She died last Wednesday. Mary Tyler Moore was 80 years old.
New tonight, a 40-year-old murder mystery possibly solved. Police say DNA evidence has finally led them to a suspect in the brutal death of Karen Kloss, the ex-wife of Bill Medley from the Righteous Brothers. Here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez.
Investigators revealing the controversial technique that led them to the person who they say in 1976 sexually assaulted and strangled Karen Kloss, the ex-wife of Righteous Brothers singer Bill Medley. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department says they tracked down the killer using familial DNA searching. That's when a partial match from DNA collected at a scene is used to find likely relatives of a suspect. It's been used to solve 7 other cases in California, including that of the so-called Grim Sleeper. Crime scene DNA partially matching that of Lonnie Franklin's son, leading to the serial killer's arrest 25 years after his murder spree began. And in New York, investigators are now pushing for clearance to use it to try to solve the 2016 murder of jogger Karina Vetrano. But civil liberties groups say the method has led to false leads, and they call it an invasion of privacy.
Family members of the potential suspect are now subject to questioning. That certainly is not fair.
The LA Sheriff's Department has not released any details about the suspect in the Kloss case, saying they'll do so Monday, 41 years to the day after Kloss was attacked. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, New York.
Consumer warning, scammers using your own voice against you, the trick that's helping them steal your money.
And a tribute to the late Princess Diana, 20 years after her death, how her son wants to honor her.
And a live look outside now. Meteorologist Jeff Smith returns with your exclusive AccuWeather forecast for the work week. Stay with us.
To help you navigate everything winter dishes out, Toyota has a wide range of vehicles with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Taking the family on a ski trip, driving in a winter wonderland, braving the conditions. Winter is tough. Toyota's all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles are tougher. Tested, trusted Toyota. Lease a new 2017 Highlander for just $269 a month, or lease a new 2017 Sienna for just $289 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
It's a new day, the start of something big, because Time Warner Cable is now Spectrum.
redefining what a cable company can be, delivering more free HD than ever before, plus thousands of free on-demand titles, just $29.99 a month when you call 844-348-2999. With Spectrum Internet, enjoy the fastest starting speeds, 100 megabits per second. That's enough speed for all your devices. Plus no data caps and a free modem, just $29.99 a month. And with Spectrum Voice, get reliable, unlimited nationwide calling, plus unlimited calling to Canada, Puerto Rico, and Mexico, all with no added taxes or fees. Just $29.99 a month. Call 844-348-2999. With Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice, you get it all, with no contracts and our 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 844-348-2999. Welcome to a new day. Welcome to Spectrum.
My daughter wants to stay organic. My husband wants to stay free from artificial ingredients. My whole family wants to stay free from artificial preservatives. And my debit card wants to stay on a diet. Fill your cart with Stop & Shop's Nature's Promise brand. Great prices on over 800 organic and free-from items. Eat well for less. My Stop & Shop. Now save this week with 25% off select Nature's Promise meat and seafood and on Tide liquid laundry detergent, just $8.88 each.
Wow, that's a Chevy.
The most awarded lineup in the industry has people at a loss for words. Well, almost.
Oh, wow. The pedals here?
Wow. Are you kidding me?
I could go test drive one right now. Wow. This is it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Experience the wow factor. Take home an award-winning Chevy today.
Current qualified competitive lessees can sign and drive this Chevy Cruze for around $171 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
A warning tonight about a high-tech scam using your own voice against you. It's happening in states across the country. ABC's Gloria Riviera explains what to look out for.
Can you hear me okay?
Tonight, a new warning about a scam hooking consumers with one word. When Mary Kosborski's phone rang, it was a man on the line.
And when it came on, it was a gentleman, nice voice, and he said, "Can you hear me?"
She dodged the scammer, but the BBB Tonight warning the simple con is working.
That's that simple?
Well, it can be. Here's how it works. You answer the phone. A recorded voice or a live person fumbles and will then ask, "Can you hear me?" If you answer yes, the scammer records it. Consumer protection experts say later the scammer will call you back and claim you owe money on products or services you said you'd buy. Protest and the scammer plays back your own voice as evidence you agreed. The scammer then instructs you to pay up via wire transfer, gift card, or money order.
How much money are we talking about every year?
Well, people lose about $50 billion to scams every year. 25% of that may be phone scams.
If you listen carefully, you can tell some of those calls are a little robotic. Experts say the best advice: don't answer calls from numbers you don't know. And if you hear that question, "Can you hear me?" hang up immediately. Gloria Riviera, ABC News, Washington.
Connecticut is reaching out to its citizens about a major settlement with Volkswagen. The state's share from the national settlement, $51 million. Governor Dan Malloy says he intends to use the funds for improving air quality and public health. And the state wants public input about the governor's plans. A draft review is available on the Connecticut Department of Energy website. Comments will be accepted through the end of next month. Nearly 20 years after her death, Princess Diana's sons want a new tribute to her. Princes William and Harry have requested that a statue be erected on the grounds of Kensington Palace. The project is expected to move forward. The next step, a special committee will choose a sculptor. No word on a timeline for the statue.
A teenage military standout.
Meet the high school senior who has hit the Academy Grand Slam and find out who inspired his passion to serve and protect.
They say the desert is wild. And they're absolutely right. They say that it's hot. When really, it's scorching. And while some may say the desert is desolate, we prefer secluded. What is the desert? It's absolutely what you need right now. absolutely Scottsdale.
You think she's fast? Well, did you know Optimum Internet is now 3 times faster with speeds up to 300 megs? Crazy fast. And the time it takes Karen over there to run down dinner, you can download your favorite show, download your top 10 favorite albums, and do it all while video chatting with the fam. Now that's fast. You, probably shouldn't watch this part.
Optimum. Let's connect more. Optimum delivers download speeds that, according to the FCC, outperform Verizon Fios. Get internet for as low as $39.99 a month.
The new Lincoln MKZ, a refined twin-turbocharged 400 horsepower engine for effortless power, a conversation quiet cabin for a sense of serenity, and a retractable panoramic roof for more sky than any other luxury sedan. It's like that. The exhilarating new Lincoln MKZ. Lease an all-wheel drive MKZ for $299 a month, only at your Lincoln dealer.
Wish you were sleeping instead of just thinking about it? Sleep easier with an adjustable bed from Sleepy's. Read, work, relax. It's all easier with an adjustable bed at Sleepy's, the only mattress professionals.
When there could be school closings.
Wait, let's check AccuWeather.
Be the first to know if snow's coming with ABC 7NY and Channel 7 Eyewitness News this morning.
The Coast Guard to the rescue. It swooped in to save a man and his 3 children. He went on an evening fishing trip with his kids, but the boat malfunctioned. They were stranded in the dark when the boat started to sink. Ooh. The phone about to die. The dad texted 911 to his wife. She called the Coast Guard just in time. The family was saved. The boat was towed to safety. The family tearfully reunited a few hours later.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was my neck of the woods. I think that was around Galveston, Texas.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah. At least not as cold there as it is here.
No, not nearly, right? And we have some cold weather. I mean, the long-range forecasts show the next 1 to 2 weeks are going to be a lot colder than the past couple of weeks. So we head outside right now, and we do have some snow on the way over parts of the area later on tonight into early tomorrow morning. We're talking mainly over Ocean County, New Jersey. Here's a live look toward the southern end of Central Park. You see 432 Park Ave, one of the tallest buildings in the city there, right in the center. 36 right now, clear skies, that wind coming in from the west around 3 miles per hour. In New York City, we'll just have increasing clouds overnight. You wake up to cloudy skies. There could be a stray flurry, but that would be about it. I think the steadiest snow will remain well south and east of the city. And in fact, we'll try to clear out, get some sunshine by later on in the afternoon. Temperatures recovering back up into the middle 30s. 36 right now at Teterboro, 34 at Newark. Same deal at White Plains. You do have some 20s at Monticello, Sussex, and Morristown, and even some 20s down the shore toward Toms River. Toms River is a spot that could actually get a little bit of snowfall accumulation overnight tonight, very late tonight into early tomorrow morning, where you do have a winter weather advisory for Ocean County right through noontime on Monday. So we're talking basically along and south of I-195 in New Jersey stands the best shot at getting some snowfall accumulation on the road surfaces too, because temperatures will be at or below freezing. There's the radar showing already a little bit of snow breaking out near Philadelphia. This is tending to dry up as it heads off to the east. We'll be watching this batch here over northern Virginia. It'll try to blossom overnight as an area of low pressure develops offshore just off to our south and east. Here's our futurecast by 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it probably will be snowing and perhaps even steadily for a time, especially the southern half of Ocean County, New Jersey. Could be an inch or two over extreme southern Ocean County, more like a coating to an inch up to the I-195 corridor, and little or no accumulation north and west of there. Maybe just a stray flurry in and around New York City. Some of this snow, the northwestern shield here, might try to skirt by the, say, South Shore towns of Long Island by mid to late morning before it exits out to sea in the afternoon. And as that happens, we actually tend to clear things out. The breeze will pick up, too, coming in up to 20 miles per hour at times later on tomorrow afternoon. Our next shot at snow comes in during the day on Tuesday. This is a more widespread threat for snowfall. And if it comes in quickly enough, mid to late morning, with temperatures near freezing and below freezing north and west of the city, there can be some accumulation on the order of, say, 1 to 2 inches, maybe some 3-inch amounts in the higher elevations well north and west. And then we actually rise above freezing during Tuesday afternoon. So any snow during that time period would just accumulate on grassy surfaces. AccuWeather forecast overnight, mostly cloudy, a bit of snow or flurries just off to our south. Late tonight toward morning, 31 for a low. Mostly cloudy at 7 o'clock in the morning. Just a stray flurry in and around New York City A bit of snow south and east, especially parts of Ocean County. Could be some slick travel there, and maybe the South Shore towns of Long Island. Temperature around 32. Clouds give way to some sunshine eventually, though, during the day. The high getting up to about 36. Clear to partly cloudy tomorrow night. We're back down to the mid-20s. It's a mainly cloudy day on Tuesday. A bit of snow developing from mid to late morning on. Eventually getting up to 38, though. So the pavement shouldn't be in that bad a shape in and around New York City by the afternoon. Could be a different story north and west, where there could be a couple inches. Wednesday, clouds and sun. 42 could be a rain or snow shower around, and then progressively colder by late in the week. 38 on Thursday, 32 for a high Friday, and maybe some rain or snow on Super Bowl Sunday. We'll have to see how that works out. And Bill Evans will have much more tomorrow morning.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
All right.
A high school senior hit the military academy grand slam.
ABC's John Donvan introduces us to the young military standout.
He plays cello. He gets up at dawn to run cross country. He signs up for honors courses, 10 of them. And then Timothy Park, a senior at Trinity Christian School in Virginia, applies to 4 of the toughest schools to get into. Not just the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, but also the Naval Academy at Annapolis, the Air Force Academy in Colorado, and the Coast Guard Academy in Connecticut. He got 4 answers. Yes, 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 and yes.
I am feeling just absolutely amazing right now.
Well, he should. Given his family's own story, his dad is a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserves. But it goes back farther than that, because Timothy's grandfather, Eugene, born in Korea, lived through the Korean War, and then forged a special relationship with U.S. vets of that war, once he became a doctor in America, always treating those vets for free.
What he described as he had a debt of honor that he wanted to repay.
Which school will Timothy choose?
My number one at this point is West Point. But I'm still keeping my options open.
Nice choices to have. But here's a guy who earned them all. John Donvan, ABC News.
Wow. Yes, he did.
I think he's going to do okay.
The superfecta of the military.
That's
incredible.
That is a grand slam, for sure.
Hats off to him.
Well, best of luck to him wherever he goes.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Sandra Bookman.
For Sandra, Jeff, and all of us here at Eyewitness News, Anthony, Laura, the rest of us, I'm Joe Torres. Thanks for watching. Eyewitness News returns tomorrow morning at 4:30. Make it a great night, everyone.